with racing. Then you'll love the new betting brand for racing fans. With exclusive markets, promotions, insights and content. That's better. Gamble responsibly.
Sydney time here on Punters Inside Run. An amazing day. 5 Group 1s, the $5 million Golden Slipper. Simon O'Donnell joins us. It doesn't get much bigger than this at Rosehill.
No, it doesn't. It's a big race day. Actually, it's bigger than big. It's massive.
It's massive. So let's get to this $5 million race, the Golden Slipper. It's been interesting to watch this journey to the Slipper. Learning to Fly was a favourite. Then we had the Todman and the Riesling, and all of a sudden, Cylinder, the Colt, is the new favourite.
Yeah, and I think, obviously, he's going to run boldly. That stable's absolutely airborne at the minute. I think the boys are better than the girls.
The times sort of say that, don't they? Like the times out of that last run, Cylinder, Red Resistance, Learning to Fly, Facile, the boys were much quicker. Similar sort of race, they dragged away and got a big margin on third in both races. But yeah, the boys have been a bit quicker.
Yeah, I think the winner will come from the boys, but again, it's a slipper, and the pressure is enormous from go to woe, so anything can happen.
All right, there's been a little bit of money for a couple out of the Blue Diamond in Little Bros and Don Corleone, who was very unlucky. Do you rate that race?
Yes, very much so.
Very much so.
Very much so. I haven't got either of those horses in my top 3.
Well, you obviously don't rate it then.
But again, I think there's 12 or 14 horses legitimately can win the slipper.
All right, well, let's land on your top 3 then.
Okay, well, sorry to the other 11.
Yeah.
As I said, I'm going with the 3 boys. I just think Red Resistance and Shinzo winning last week, but quick back up. But I liked the way the character he showed getting to the line and winning last weekend. And Cylinder, well, take nothing away from him with what he's done.
Yep.
As I said, the stable's airborne. So I think that top 3 will come from 6, 7 or 5.
Shark.
Even though the boys have been faster, I think the most impressive win visually has been produced by Learning to Fly. That Inglis Millennium win was something else, and the format of that race has been really good. She beat Steel City, who we've seen be very unlucky in a Blue Diamond, so that ties in with Little Bros and the like. I think she would have been in the finish of the Diamond. Almost a month between runs into the Riesling, and then she was what they would say was flat, beating Facile, but she still won. She's unbeaten on with her, Learning to Fly. I think King's Gambit can turn things around. A few gear changes. He's just been a bit headstrong. Gear changes to switch him on. 5 Cylinder next best. But yeah, I'm with Simon. There's probably another 6 or 7 or 8 that have genuine each way claims.
I've gone with...
And Shark apologises to them too.
Yeah, of course,
I've
always.
gone with Don Corleone, because if I don't, I'll have to swim with the fishes. But very unlucky in that Blue Diamond. Gets a nice draw to settle. I don't think Hugh Bowman hurts either. Cylinder is the horse to beat. Has won the 2 traditional lead-up races. Got the good form. And I just love Steel City's win last week. And so James Lamb's not on this segment, but he would be tipping Steel City because he always does. But it was a good win out in front. The wide barrier might make it a little bit challenging, as it is for the 11 other horses. All right, so we've all got different selections of the Golden Slipper. Will it be the same for the George Ryder? Animo has 3 weeks off, comes back to 1,500, gets a wide barrier. Does that make a difference?
No. When you say like that, you'd say, oh, he should be vulnerable. But you look at the opposition, what's beating him here? Like, Artorias was great last time, a gem from Zach Purton to get him home. Mark Zara takes over here, inside gate. He's going to have a lot of backsides around him when he wants to get out and get going. And then you're down to the 3-year-olds, Communist and Osipenko. I think Osipenko can run second, but I don't know if he can beat Animo.
Give us your top 3 then. We all agree we've got Animo on top.
Yeah, Animo on top. I'm with Shark. If there's a horse that can beat Animo in this race, I think there's only one, and that's Osipenko.
Okay.
So I've got him in as my second pick, and Artorias is my third.
Shark?
Animo on top, Osipenko second, Artorias third. Same trifecta.
I've just put Fangirl in to run third, and Fangirl always runs an honest race, but it's getting sick and tired of seeing Animo ahead of it. I think Artorias was a terrific win, but you're right, things have to go right. But again, it's running for second, so I've got Artorias and Fangirl to second and third, which leads us to, we know Animo's a good bet. What about your best in Sydney, Simon?
Look, my best, I reckon people thought this fella was a wet tracker until his last couple of runs, and that's Pericles.
Excellent run at Sandon.
Just fantastic runs, and just said, hey, I'm itching for a bit further. As an individual, he's just a beauty. So he's got a bit of classic written all over him. I think we'll see him in the Derby later on, but I think he'll win the Randwick Guineas on Saturday.
And your value?
My value comes with Osipenko. I really rate Osipenko as a good chance to knock over Animo. I think they'll go at the end. Whether we can put our nose in front and get the value, here we go.
Shark?
I can't believe I'm saying this,
I do.
but I think Mwunga is the best bet of the day.
I had
in
it second
race
best
6.
bet, so I'm with you.
I think he's the best. He's flying. I think this is the right race for him. I think he'll catch them for fitness here. Best value in the Galaxy, Shades of Rose. She's flying at the trials. I think she can win the Galaxy.
I've got Pink Ivory in race number 3, number 7 there. Goes up to 1900 metres, unbeaten, second up, stays down in the weights. Avdullah takes the ride. And race 9, number 11 is Andermatt. Hopefully Midwest has won the first race at the Valley, so the form stacks up. And I think the stable's flying, and so is Michael D. If you want a
is
Group
he
1
what?
jockey, you want him. Before we go, you've got to have an omen bet for us.
Yeah, I do. In Melbourne, this week we've been reading about the submarines.
Yes.
What a deal that might be.
What a deal.
What a deal.
deal.
So let's go race 9, number 6 at Moonee Valley.
I like
a
it.
deal.
The omen bet, what a deal. Let's hope it doesn't go under. That's the George Ryder and the Golden Slipper. Check our socials for the other 3 Group 1s at a marvellous day's racing at Rosehill.
If you're in love with racing, then you'll love the new betting brand for racing fans. With exclusive markets, promotions, insights and content. That's better. Gamble responsibly.